Hi, everyone. Thank you for saying yes to Impact Committee. This is Sony from Impact Collective. Today, me and Charlotte are here to actually explain a little bit what the Impact Committee is, and also instead of having a call and then fighting for the time when to meet, we decided just to film a short video for a very general introductions, and we can have a call next week with a little bit a better understanding. So I would then just gonna hand over to Shala. Shala will go over all the important things, and I will add some more points later. Shala.
Thanks, Sony. Thanks. So hi, everyone. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. In it, we're going to be basically covering 4 key points. The first one being the purpose of the Impact Committee, very briefly. Next one being your involvement level, the benefits that you can get from taking part in this, as well as a little call to action at the end. So once again, my name is Charlotte. I am the Entrepreneurship Program Associate at World Federation of UN Associations. I am also, I guess, the manager of the Citypreneurs Program and the Impact Manager at Impact Collective. Very happy that all of you got back to us with positive answers to take part in this committee. We're very excited about where we're building together, and we really look forward to all of your inputs and getting to talk to you face to face. So with regards to the Impact Committee, we created the Impact Collective program with the aim to help solve global challenges that are aligned with the SDGs, and as such, we're really hoping to build up the capacity of startups to align their business models with impact. And to do so, since we do have a number of experts on this field, we thought it'd be a great idea to rope you all in to kind of build the program together. What we're going to be doing is building upon the Citypreneurs model, which has been running for about 3-4 years, since 2017. We have a little breakdown in a form that we're going to be submitting to you, but basically it just uses the SDGs and tries to create a public-private value proposition on behalf of startups, or help startups to create a public value proposition in order for them to have a more concrete data to share with stakeholders. So with that, the Impact Committee is managed by me, but also Songi. So I'm sure that if I forget to say anything, she'll be chiming in with additional details later on. But yeah, so with regards to your involvement level, before I go into describing what we're doing, is we created a preliminary form, Google form, for you all to submit, which kind of goes over the basics of the Citypreneurs model. Some key activities, which consist of, making an SDG statement and looking at the theory of change and, logic model to help startups kind of get a better understanding of the SDGs and help to align it with their business model. And the second section of this form is to get inputs from you guys, not only on what you might have observed as some of you are judges when you've been reviewing our startup pitch decks, but also your current work or your resources that might be able to help with all of this. We believe that this program, or what we're developing right now, it will be integrated in a way that will optimize interactions with startups. So in order to do this, I think it's best if we first go ahead and share relevant information. And then once we have, we'll be scheduling then, in addition to this forum, once we've received it, 3 sessions for you all to get back together to us and kind of discuss what our findings are. The current one is for next week. We have submitted a few dates at the end of the form. So yep, would love if you could also submit that. I think that's about it for the form. is there anything else you want to add before I move on to benefits?
Yeah, so like as Charlotte explained, the practical steps of what we're going to do, the real purpose of this is, Impact Collective, as you know, is a position in a very unique a place. So between impact world and also just tech startup world, and then conventional investment, and also like a mission-driven investment. So we creating something new, and this process is very much experimental, but we decided to choose SDG as our measurement. And to do that, we also need to consider all the teams that are coming from the both industry. So that's what we try to do, inviting all of you guys with a different background and different expertise in this impact world, to creating really nice metrics for, or business model, like a framework for team to apply, and also like assessment process, and then like a tracking of impact as well. So, but we want to provide them like a very minimum but essential baseline all together, coming from our committee. And then you are welcome to add more of your either what you are doing already in your work, or whatever suggestion that you have that the teams can actually explore. And then the impact committee will be taking a big part of designing all the impact components of the program, which we have a welcome call, we have like impact collective camp, we will create a contents, and there is an office hour and a cross-border. There is so many program elements happening in parallel. And then whatever, there is a part that you see that, okay, we need an impact push here and there, or more highlight or less, and all of that we would love to invite you and then discuss together, and co-creating this experience for the team and the ecosystem. And then benefit, Charlotte?
Yes, I think what you mentioned, Song, is great. And in order to build upon what you're saying, I think benefits include not only obviously getting in touch with all the different experts that are part of the Impact Committee, and creating opportunities for peer review of your work on impact. We will also be having a lot of events with UN partners and other international organizations and policymakers, where you'll be able to get in touch with ecosystem builders around impact startup ecosystems within Asia Pacific, and as well as high-level policy conversations that will be held in parallel to the program. And so we really hope to create a platform and a community where we're not just helping impact makers to help exponentially achieve impact, but we can also create some value for you when you're joining this. And we're very open to feedback as well. So anything that you think we'd be able to maybe help with, just ask. And same way, like we're very also happy to hear what you have to offer. Yeah, I think to kind of highlight what Song-Yi was mentioning as well too, the key point that we want to emphasize is simplicity in the initial program. We don't want it to be too heavy on anybody, which is why we're doing this process ahead of time, in order to make sure that when it's being run, it's as efficient as it can be. So in the form that we're going to be sending to you, the little description at the front just kind of summarizes what we've already talked about. So I won't go too much into detail on this end. Then you have a couple of questions just on who you are, and then some frameworks which you might be familiar with. Feel free to add on whatever other frameworks that have not been put up. These are just references. And some of the key ones that we are familiar with, the SDGs obviously being the main one. In the next section, Song-Yi, could you move down a bit? Yeah. Thanks. We have the impact business model alignment. So over here, as I mentioned, in the Citypreneurs model, what we've done is that for every team that we've helped run through our mentoring program, we have 2 SDG sessions that we conduct with teams through trained facilitators, and they serve to identify problems in urban spaces, as well as the UN SDGs, since Citypreneurs does partner with cities to do their program. In Impact Collective, we will have a number of regional anchors that are based in Singapore, Seoul, Ho Chi Minh City, and Bangkok. So the settings will be for that, but there might be more cities that are interested as well. So I think as long as we use the SDGs and kind of identify what urban setting the startups are trying to work on, I think that should be fine. And then obviously at the end, we have an impact profit model consultation with the aim to kind of tease out the SDG aligned statement that's specific, measurable, and time bound. On this, we just kept it simple. What we're asking from you guys is to give us feedback on 2 key activities that this is made up of. The first one being the SDG mapping exercise against the value chain. So this is pretty straightforward. I think we added in a picture. Sorry for the quality, but I think it kind of illustrates pretty broadly what we're trying to achieve. So going through the teams, through their value chain, and then identifying where they might maximize their positive impact and minimize their negative impact. And, you know, we'd appreciate your comments to see how we can optimize this first exercise. Second exercise is the activity on creating a logic model, which includes, you know, inputs, activities, outputs, outcomes, and impacts. And once again, looking at how this can be maybe optimized to deliver with teams. We're also very interested in seeing if you guys have any suggestions on other activities that might be included. With regards to topics, we decided to actually tease out 5 different topics that we thought would be very relevant to startups. The first being obviously a framework to measure impact for data legitimacy and alignment with government regulation or investment standards. Second one is monitoring impact data in various stages of startup development and reflecting this in follow-up strategies for business resiliency. Third would be, you know, using your data to prove your model to investors and to startup support programs. Fourth is using your impact data to improve your marketing and communication strategy for transparency and brand power. And last but not least, ensuring your team is internally aligned with impact goals and execution plans throughout your business. We are asking you guys to rank which ones you think are more important, so in order of importance, as well as maybe highlight what are some other topics you think might be interesting to discuss. Once again, I think key here is keeping it simple. So if it's very detail oriented, I think we could probably include it in one of our broader categories, but please keep that in mind. And last, yeah, overall, please let us know if this was enough. If we need to be more detailed or more structured, we're still debating how much structure or how many guidelines we want to give to this. And how much we want to leave it to ad hoc meetings between experts and startups. So for now, we've decided to have at least 2 sessions that are compulsory and then leave it up to startups to kind of initiate based on which topics they find they need to work on. But would love to get more input from you guys on that end. Finally, in our last section, we have the expert input part where you guys have an opportunity here to highlight what information on impact you might have observed is missing in pitch decks that you've reviewed as a community judge on the ICC platform. And maybe based on your experience, how do you foresee interactions happening with teams? Are there any issues that you're worried about, or are there any things that might be optimized? This is a great place for you to put it. Same with the next question. Just you know, let us know what we can do to facilitate this process, whether it's you or other experts within the impact realm for our platform. Yep, same recommendations, and then finally adding in resources for what you might think might contribute to discussions. Lastly, this is where, as I mentioned, we'll be holding calls next week. So we'd appreciate it if you could let us know when you're able to attend a meeting with us to discuss the findings that we have here. The best would be if you could please complete this form before, I believe the first date is Wednesday, 26th August, so that we can have more fruitful discussions. If you're not able to do it by then, at least by the date before your scheduled session with us. so that we can kind of go over what you provided as input and then share it with the rest of the group when that's available. I believe that's it so far.
Yeah. To minimize the effort, we might delay one of the options. So whatever you voted, and we would choose one most or two most voted option and share with you guys, and hopefully that you can make it the time to join the committee first call. I think the first call will be very, very important. We don't want to do over and over again. So in the first call, we will decide a lot of different things and having really active discussion. So I'm strongly recommend you to join the first one. So let us know in between the calls. And right now, if you have any questions or any concerns, or just ping us, there is our email address right here. You can just reach out to us and then share your any ideas. Yeah.
Yep. And finally, just want to say it probably will take up maybe max an hour for you to complete this, depending on how detailed you want to be. So please take that into consideration when you're completing the form. And we're super excited that you all have joined us. Thank you for your patience. The program has been running, I think, quite well, but many details had to be dealt with. So we're very happy to announce that we've also selected our 21 first impact makers into the program, thanks to all of our different judges and experts on the platform. So we invite you also to check them out online, and to, you can message us via the Moim platform or via email, whichever you think is best. But yes, we'll be in touch. Please submit your form and click on which available time slots you can join us. And we look forward to meeting you.
Likewise. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Talk with you soon. Bye.